Hey, welcome back. I'm very happy to be creating a new video for you today. It's been such a long time, but I had a lot of work and traveling to do, so I couldn't get the time to sit down and create one for you. But because I've realized during that time that my videos have been helping a lot of people, this really touched me, and it really makes me continue creating ones that give more information to help people. Let's start from where we ended last time. We were saying we were going to start taking practical steps on building your self confidence. So, what I want to focus on talking about today is your inner self and your performance with people, both together. Basically, the advice that I like to give people when it comes to confidence is to focus more on yourself rather than the people around you. Because what really hinders people with self confidence is they're flooded with a lot of thoughts about what other people may think about them and what others are think they how they think of them at the moment. So what I want you to do is instead of thinking too much on what people are thinking about you and whether they think you've done it right or wrong, focus more on your performance and how you want to act and what you want to say, because then your performance is going to come out feeling very well. It's going to come out very well, and people are going to be impressed. So rather than focusing on what other people may think, focus better on what you want to say, how you want to act, and so on. So focus more on yourself. That's the first thing. Um, Another very important point I'd like to prove to you is notice how you act with certain people differently from other people. So let's say, for example, you have a couple of friends who you act very confidently with, and another group you're absolutely not confident with at all. And that's because of your mental state. Because people act according to how they expect others to think of them and how they expect them to act. So if you expect people to think of you as attractive and confident and nice and funny, you're going to act that way. And if you expect people to think that you're stupid and you lack confidence, then you're definitely going to act this way as well. So it's all about your mental state and what you think of yourself rather than what other people think of you. And the best thing about this is that you can even change people's impressions, and the people who think of you as unconfident or whatever, you can definitely change that by changing your mental state. So if you change your mental state into a new picture that you believe you are and believing in it, and you act this way, and definitely you'll be convincing people in no time that you are this new person. And people have built a false belief that it takes a long time to change an impression. And that's absolutely wrong, because you can change your impression very quickly if you act confidently or you act how you want for a short period of time and just continue to do it. People are going to perceive you as this new person forever. So what I advise you to do with it's all with your mental state. Focus on your performance and how you're acting, and have a healthy mental state. Now, the problem with the mental state is that a lot of people, while they do this, they do it very well in the beginning, and then they start losing their confidence in the middle, and it all goes away. And the reason this happens is because they start flooding themselves back with negative beliefs of what people think of them. And the reason is they start watching different gestures that people do. They start watching how people, start yawning or looking to the side or thinking something else in the middle, or they go like that or whatever. And you see, most of these gestures are not even related to you at all. Most of them, like 80% of them, have nothing to do with you. Some people might be thinking of something else that has stressed them, or they maybe they even think they are unconfident, and they might even be thinking good of you, and this stressed them out, and you start thinking and flooding yourself with negative beliefs all over again. So you have to know that our brain was wired to think negatively 80% of the time. I think I told you this before. So be careful that we perceive things negatively 80% of the time. So you have to make sure that not all the gestures that are happening are because of you. People are not, too focused just on you. They have a lot of other things on their mind. So don't put don't stress it out and don't flood your thoughts with all these negative feelings. I've been reading a book for a writer called Marcy Shimoff. The book is called Happy for No Reason. It's a great book. And she was telling a story about her once giving a session to a lot of people. And she's managed to impress all the people that are sitting and listening to her, except for this one person who had this poker face on while she was talking. And he just gave no impressions, and he wasn't showing him that he was impressed just like the other people who were sitting. And she was saying that with all the people that were absolutely impressed, she finished the session feeling really, really bad just over this one person who wasn't impressed. And this shows you how much her brain is wired to think negatively most of the time, because with the rest of the 99 people who were sitting listening to her and absolutely impressed, this one person managed to make her feel really bad. And the surprising part is that this person actually went to her after the session was over, and he said, that was really good. I'm very impressed with what you said, and it really helped me a lot. He was just a person who doesn't give much expression. And this is the surprise, that we tend to make conclusions of what people think of us when it's not even in their minds. So sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. Don't flood it, because you could be wrong most of the time. So rather think of what other logical reasons these people could do. Because remember when I told you your mind picks up what you focus on and proves it to you. So if you think confidently of yourself most of the time, your mind is going to prove it to you most of the time. And if you think you're not confident and people don't like you, then your mind is going to prove it to you most of the time as well, no matter what you do. And one more thing I'd like to prove to you is that you're never going to have everyone in the world like you, okay? Not because we're all different, we all like different things. So not everyone in the world is going to be absolutely impressed by you. You have to know that there are people who are not going to like you, or not going to like what you're saying at this point in time. Normal. That's just human. You shouldn't stress it or feel bad or feel like you're worthless. We all like certain things and we don't like certain things, and that's just as that. And even with the people who are most loved all over the world, you'll find a healthy 30% of people who don't like them. And if you don't believe me, you can Google Angelina Jolie, and you'll have tons of comments of how people love her and think how beautiful she is. And you'll find that 30% of the comments of people saying, come on, I don't even understand why people think she's so beautiful. That is just that. And she's Angelina Jolie. So don't stress it out. There'll be people who actually don't like you, but there'll be people who like you. So focus more on the people who like you instead. Okay, I hope that was useful for you today, and I'll be waiting for your comments and your questions, and I'll be collecting most of the questions that you asked so that I create another video to answer these questions. And I hope that was useful. And please subscribe and please like, and waiting to create the next video. Bye bye.